even if you recorded it and like bootlegged it, I always think about that, because everyone wants to copyright things all the time, but it's like, you have the genius, so someone steals it, they can't really do it again, do what you've done, so feel free to take some photos, videos.
Do you want us on IG Live or what?
Do you want this on Instagram Live?
Yeah, put it everywhere.
Awesome.
We're going
That's
everywhere.
what I thought.
It's like the vibe.
The more the better.
The vibe is everywhere. And it's so good to be back once again. Thank you, Hari Bhakta, for the warm welcome and invitation. As he said, this is going to be a sharing of the next album, which releases on July 16th. And I want to do it in a very interactive way, in a way that I'm going to share something about the creative process, something about the meaning of the songs, and at the same time, I want to leave just tons of space for you guys to ask questions, and we'll do that, just raise your hand, and I'll choose you. We'll do it in a way that works for the crowd. And yeah, any writers in the place? Anyone like writes songs, books, stories? Nice. We got some musicians in the crowd. Any musicians, artists, people that sing, rap, dancers, break dancers, people that spin on their heads. Any head spinners going? Awesome. Good, beautiful. So there's art in everyone. A lot of times, when I ask, hey, are you an artist? It's such a silly question to ask, because everyone is an artist. Everyone is making art constantly, all the time. Even right now, I'm making art. I don't know what I'm going to say. This is just improvised flow, speaking with as much love as I can conjure. And these are the words that are coming out of my mouth. I don't know. And it's art. And if we put music to it, and I do it to a rhythm, it becomes a song, So it's the journey of like demystifying creative work, demystifying art, and the connection that everything that I share here today will be connected to who you are as an artist, regardless of any kind of art that you perform, because the spectrum of art is universal. The laws of art, the laws of creativity, the laws of creating music, finishing it, performing it, the creative blocks and clearing out creative blocks. They're all the same across all the genres and all the disciplines of art. So I think that's a highlight. I just got back to my hometown, New York, Brooklyn. That was super fun. Before I left, it was like, I was like chilling. It's kind of like this. LA style. Now that I've gotten back, I'm like leaning in. That's what New York does to you. There's just so much fire energy and I've learned that that's so good for me. I just love the bobbing and weaving between the two. Like, I don't want too much of chill. I don't want too much of intensity. I want some kind of balance in between. And so it's good to be back here in LA, leaning in a little bit. I know LA is going to gradually make me. I'm going to have to go recharge again. But I'm going to get into these songs because I only have 30 minutes. And each of these songs I can speak about for like a half an hour each song, because it's packed with so much information, packed with so much codes and love. But I only have 30 minutes, so we're going to move along in an efficient pace. This is easy for me to do in one extent, and another extent, I am nervous right now. And this always happens when I don't like perform regularly, like back to back. When I'm in my mode of performance, I'm hopping on stages like a few times a week, then it's just like, I'm just not even thinking about, the people and what you think, and like, I'm just going. And But when there's a gap there, when there's a gap between shows and performance, there tends to be a little bit of anxiety. That's like, what do they think? What's it? And especially it's also new songs too, so you know. And as he said, most of these songs I haven't played. I think I'm gonna play two that I played live before, but there's the other two I've never performed live before, so it's kind of like, oh, what's gonna happen? It's gonna be awesome. But at the same time, it's like, oh. And this is the journey of this album. This is a good segue to talk about this album, Beautiful Dark Moon, because it is the beauty of those two polarities, that discomfort, that anxiety, that you know, frustration, whatever it may be, and the love, the light, the bliss, the joy, all of the juicy good things that we love to be alive in. And this album is like a testament to not only my journey of loving all the unloved parts and realizing that, wow, like even after like years of study and mantra and meditation, you know, having major defining moments or realizations where I've seen so much of unloved parts in my body that hasn't been integrated yet. That's only now starting to come to the surface so that I can look at it, be with it, love it, speak about it, share it, use it as new content for music. And it's very exciting for me. And I feel like it's very exciting for the world because this feels like a new layer of science that everyone's starting to understand. It's always been there, but the maturity of the understanding of the beauty that's in the darkness, the beauty that's in the darkness. And sometimes you can only see that beauty when the moon's out. When the moon's out and it's shining bright, it creates a really special kind of beauty, a really special kind of connection. And this relates to the beauty that's inside of the anger, the beauty that's inside of the worry, and the beauty that's inside of any of these uncomfortable emotions, like stage fright, even in the most simplest journey of that, the most simplest expression of being afraid to be in front of other people, is not something to kick out. It's not something to get rid of. It's not something to wait until you're there, until you're free from fear in order to then get in front of people and share your art, share your love. It's something to accept. It's something to love. It's something to say, yes, I feel that. Great. I love you still. I'm going to, in spite of that experience, have my heart stay open nonetheless. And so that journey of welcoming in that presence. So, as you hear these songs, think about some questions and things like, this is fun for me. I just want to know what you guys think about the album, creative process, you know, how I created it, what was the mood, the certain words you might hear. So this is definitely, I want you guys to lean in also with me. Any thoughts, questions? Gratitude. Yeah.
At
That's a good
Disclosure Fest with Fire, it was super good.
Awesome. Yeah, that was so much fun. Disclosure Fest. Yeah. Awesome. Good to see you. Happy you were there.
Thank you for being vulnerable.
Yeah. Thank you for witnessing. I don't have a set list. I'm like, I like this. Like, okay, cool. From this current moment vibe, what can we play? And I'm feeling already here, because that's one of the easiest ones for me to do. So let's start on that easy note. The audio sounds okay out there? Okay. We don't have like a full stage team, so we need you guys. already here. Everything you want is already. Everything you want is already here. Everything you want is already here, here, here. Here, here, here. Here, here, here. You can you can do a little something. Here, here, here. Energy, hold tight. Feel it in my bones when it's out of sight. For the fire, for the ride. Yearning for everything all the time. Yeah, the goal is what I see, but I fall in love with the journey. It overflows, and here's the key, so that you can dig into this treasury. Tune into the vision by moving with imagination. Checking with emotion, saying I'm closer to its manifestation. And with the dancer, I'm so grateful. Watch it drop into the physical. Sing this along with me, you figured it out so far. Everything you want is already, you want is already here, here, here. Everything you want is already here. Here, here, here. Everything you want is already here, here, here. I melt when you hold me, whisper in your ear that I am near. Your warmth brings me great relief. Toe to toe with you, may I be always, always. You ain't gotta work hard, baby, let go. It's already handled from the get-go. Just keep this memory central and show up, yeah, like the vibe said you. You ain't gotta work hard, baby, let go. It's already handled from the get-go. Just keep this melody central and show up, yeah, like the vibe said you. One more time. Everything you want is already here. Here, here, here. Everything you want is already here. Everything you want is already here. Here, here, here. Everything you want is already here, here, here. Here, here, here. Here, here, here. Here, Yes, I was blessed. So this idea of, it's so great because I get to relate these songs to the mantra because of where I am. That's so awesome. That you guys are in the know already because I perform a lot in different stages and different crowds. That space where you chant the mantra and you welcome Krishna as yours. Krishna is yours. It's actually, there's like a term for that. It's like, is it mimamsa or it starts with an M? It's a certain mood of chanting in a mood of Krishna is here. And every time you say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare, that you're welcoming in the reality that Krishna is for you. Krishna has always been for you. Krishna has never left you. Just we go in and out of Krishna. And that beauty that there's also this space of yearning for more. And this space where that natural tendency of the soul, natural expression of the soul, which is to ask for more, to welcome more, to want more, to yearn, to desire. So it's a natural, innate experience of the soul, is to desire. And this journey of bhakti, this journey of devotion, this spiritual path is all about bringing that desire into its full aligned state. And so everything you want is already here. In a way, you can see everything you want. It's kind of like the reaching aspect. Everything you want is here. And this is something that was a major download for me within the last 2 years, where it was like, it just hit me over the head like a ton of bricks. Where it was like, just wanting so much, just desiring so much so that I find myself outside of my body. Like not embodied. I'm constantly out there wanting this, wanting that. And the realization that, oh, it's here. I have everything that I need. Krishna's here. The devotees are here. The seekers are here. Beautiful faces are here. And that journey of going for what you want in this world, going for what you want by first falling in love with where you are. And that's been an epic journey in understanding what that means. Thoughts and questions?
Just a quick thought from what you were saying before about like discomfort and stage fright. I was just appreciating what you're saying because sometimes someone might think that spiritual life is a tool to like escape from reality, like escapism, but actually I feel like it really gives you the strength to put yourself out there and like really, it actually brings upon more responsibility and puts you in more situations where you are like head to head with that kind of fear or discomfort. So like being more comfortable, it helps you be more comfortable with discomfort.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, thank you. A lot of times we start out in that space, right? There's even like a description of different levels of your spiritual attainment, of your path. And the first level is to, very similar to what you just said, which is like making spirituality an exit strategy from the world. Like getting away from the world. And spirituality kind of starts like that. It's almost like for a lot of people a very necessary process to remove yourself. And that's something that I went through. And to a certain degree I still do it. I'm still like, run away. As this journey, this process of becoming more and more embodied, it's still happening.
Right.
And definitely when I lived in an ashram, I lived in an ashram for like 6 years, and a lot of it was that. A lot of it was me separating myself from the world so that I can like take a breather, because it was just like too intense for me. It was like too much for me. And that was the best breather I've ever took. And such a necessary distance to create space for you to then come into your body with all that light, those ideas, all that spiritual energy in body, so that you can do your work here on earth. Because that's why we're in these bodies, to like crush it, you know? We're here to crush it until we're not here. So at least that's what I think.
Yeah.
Anything else? Any thoughts on that one? Anything where you were like, I don't get this part here? No? Nothing? Okay. I'm going to go on to the next one.
No, I just love that song. I can hear it again. It's a good one.
Awesome.
Really good.
Yeah. It's definitely created in a way of mantra.
Mm-hmm.
So something that you can like put on loop. And I created this song for myself. Also in the with the idea of creating it for others. But definitely more than anything to remind myself. So just regularly, it feels so good to put on my own music now. Because in the past, there's so many songs that I've created that I don't like. You've had that experience where you create some art and you're like, I kind of don't like that. So you never really look at the painting or you never really look at the video of you dancing because that wasn't it yet or whatever. And it feels like I'm in a space now where I actually like playing my own music for myself, which is a very liberating feeling. And creating songs like this will be like, okay, everything I want is here now. It's here now. All of the beauty, the joy, the love, it's here. I'm surrounded, even in the sense of being in this room with you guys, to ground in the depths of that reality of what's happening. And I always have to speak about this. What's actually happening right now? What's actually happening right now? What is here right now? I am in a body, spirit, soul, using this body to witness a bunch of other spirit, souls, and bodies. And we are all doing something that is a really advanced life thing that possibly a lot of people on earth aren't doing. Nothing against them, but the value of what we're here. Last time I was here, I spoke about the value, and it was all about this pretty much. What is here right now? How can we churn that? So how can we get up in the morning and really feel grateful for waking up? Really feel grateful for the bed that you get to be in. Really feel grateful for the breakfast that you get to have when you open your fridge, and keep churning that and churning that. Something happens in your heart. Something happens in your belly. Your life force wakes up, and this is like the natural state of the human being. It's the natural state of the soul to be in gratitude constantly for what is here. And then from that platform, we can really reach to call in more things. It's the best platform to create worlds when you rest in that space. Everything you want is here now. Side note on the creation process. I was walking around Paris writing that song. And I said to myself, I'm going to create this song completely in the mood of the song. So it's almost like I didn't even, if I wasn't in the mood of the song, I wouldn't write it. I would wait till I was in that space of deep connection to what was here, deep connection to Krishna, deep connection to all of the muck also. The muck is here too. The poop also exists. The poop is a valuable feature to be present to and awake to. And to really have all of it and then write from there. So the entire song was created with a specific mood, a specific vibration, so that even when you listen to it, it kind of brings you into that space. So this is what happens. I talk a bunch and then 3 hours go by. Gratitude. Next song. It's called Warrior Sound. This one is actually already out. It's a single that I put out at the end of last year. And I'll just say this one thing about the song before I play it, that it's so nice, your music, before you put it out. This song, I must have played it for 2 years before it came out. And in that process, I got to actually see what happened to people from the stage. Like all different kinds of stages, kids, adults, like all different kinds, and being able to see, okay, this space right here doesn't rock, this space is not like carrying people all the way through. Or the song was too slow. When I first created the song, it was like maybe 5 BPMs slower. And I learned by playing it for people that it needs to be faster. It's really hard to dance to at this pace. And so this song went through a process of actually performing it before it actually became a recorded studio project. And we're going to get started interactive. Yeah. Krishna, Radhe, 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 Krishna, You guys know the words now. Yeah. Krishna, Radhe, 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 Krishna, Radhe. So close that we see eye to eye, invoking your divine surprise. Souls are soul before bodies collide. I pray you never leave, cause you remind me. It ain't too difficult to get together. Let the sun move your feet and the melody caress you. You are unique in this effort of unity, so sing with me. Krishna, Radhe, Krishna, Radhe, Krishna, Radhe, Krishna, Radhe, Krishna, Radhe, Hey Krishna, Radhe, oh, then there's no need to hide. Expose it to the naked eye. Everything is gonna be alright. Cause you are everything and you remind me. It ain't too difficult to get together. Let the sun move your feet and the melody caress you. Oh, oh, oh. You are unique in this effort of unity, so sing with me. Krishna, Radhe, Krishna, Radhe, Krishna, Radhe, Krishna, There's like a whole ending part to this thing. There's like a whole ending. There's like a whole ending part to that. I skipped it for time being. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
That's a fun one. It's so fun to, especially that song, because, especially when, these are my little dinky speakers. I brought these speakers today because, it's like we mean business. So I brought these speakers, and These are small, tiny speakers, but you can imagine when you're in front of a huge sound system and like 2-3 subwoofers that tracks them. And there's people just like on the speaker, like laying on the speaker. That's the best thing. And then to weave in the mantra at the same time, to bring in that sacred sound vibration. There's something very special to sub-frequencies, you know? It's you know, a lot of times when we hear this, you know, this like trap music and any music where the bass is really thick, you know, there's a reason why it's so attractive. There's a reason why, you know. And one of the reasons is because what those sub-frequencies do to your body, especially when you're in a nice sound system, you can actually feel it on your skin, you know.
Yeah.
And so there's a beauty to those sub-frequencies, and then what to speak of when we bring the mantra through and we ebb and flow with the mantra. And it's always a blessing to see this track performed live, because especially if people are not in the know of these names, they're like, what the hell is going on right now? they're like raging, and then they're chanting these mantras, and you know, it's a really fun experience to be able to present the mantra in this way. So. This is maybe I have 2 songs out of the 7 tracks of this album that has mantra in it. Anyway, I thought that was fun time. Any thoughts, questions, realities?
Do you have a lot of interactive songs?
I love interaction. I feel like my sets are usually half interaction, half performance. And you know, even in the sense of what I have here, this is kind of a scaled down version. This is actually kind of fun. It's like stop and like talk, you know. Whereas, you know, when I'm doing a set, I'm bobbing and weaving from song to song, you know, I'm like mixing things together, mashing things apart, you know, and like, you know, I can do things like this. And just rock that for a little bit. And then I can mash another beat on top of it. Like say I want to. So I can play. And that's usually what I do live, is for me, just pressing a button and doing a song is kind of boring. So I take that song and I split it up into so many different pieces. I take the beat out of it, I take certain instruments that I really like, so that at any moment I can hit a button and change the whole thing. And present a different version of the song that was there. And there's something so special to being with everyone. Like the journey of being with you is really fun, because that's all that anyone ever wants. You know, a little power secret for performance is that people just want your love and attention. You know, whenever I get to the space where I'm like, you know, and usually that just comes out of fear of connection. You know, it's not that I actually need to figure something out over here. I'm just kind of like distracting myself from being present. And so that's the joy of performing and interaction, is that the connection that you have with another person is usually all that people ever want. On stage, off stage, whatever. Attention, love, to be able to kind of sit with another person and look at them and love them and be present with them is the highlight of everyone's experience. You know, there's sometimes when I'm on stage and I'm performing and I see someone that isn't moving, they're just like, kind of like, just kind of like dead there. Even when everybody else is around them, like, whoa, you know, they're just like, you know, it hasn't really hit yet for them. And all I have to do is look at them. And that's just an epic realization. Look at you, we're gonna start dancing. So I mean, this happened just at Disclosure Festival. Someone that was like, you know, and I chose to just make myself available to them, just in presence, you know. And they immediately was like, that's all anyone ever wants. Is, you know, you can can get rid of all this stuff, you know, and just be present with people. You know, if someone's actually able to be fully, massively, utterly present with love, with Krishna, with another person, you can take out all other material components, and that person will be in ecstasy, person will be in bliss. And that's the beauty of being with, you know, enlightened people or teachers or gurus, people that have been practicing this for some time, is that just to sit next to them is a whole journey. Just to sit next to them, even without hearing them say anything, you know, is a blessing. Let's go to... I'm gonna do this one. Never performed this one ever before ever. Oh! This song is in the mood of separation. This song is in the mood of this. It's called Moon on the Rise. So this is kind of like the theme of the album. Like, where is that separation? Where is the darkness that hides, that we stuff, that I stuff in the background and distract myself with so many different things to not be present with myself, with those parts of myself. And this song was created to shine some light in that area. It's called Moon on the Rise. On the other side, what is the space between us? These dents from my knocking knuckles have now become craters. Do you prefer that I tear down this door? Who's gonna repaint these nail marks in the wood and these impressions of my knees on the doormat? Though they say I am forever embraced, I remain here desolate with feelings that was once hidden. These yearnings I lay at your doorstep. Because without your taste on my tongue, this world is bland and without flavor. Submerge me in your waters and send no one after. At these depths, I am safe. The moon on the rise. Get back to the nighttime. Yes, really where the moon shines. The moon on the rise. Get back to the nighttime. Yes, really where the moon shines. That song, you ever realize how there's a certain generation that knows nothing about technology still? Like my dad, for example, he knows nothing about computers whatsoever. Even when I introduce him to things about computers, he forgets it in a couple of hours. And this generation gap of knowledge around technology is real, still exists, where it's like another language for a lot of people still. And my father-in-law, my wife's dad, he came to me one day. He was like, I don't know what to do with these songs that I have. And he had like a folder full of tracks. And he came to me because he doesn't use computers, he doesn't know what to do with this CD and he recorded this in the 1960s. And the whole album was really deep album of songs of separation. Because his wife passed away in a car accident, just suddenly. Like it just happened and she was gone. And he was devastated, and he wrote these series of songs for his wife. And it was, when I heard them, he brought them to me to digitalize them, to make them MP3s. And there was this one song that had this riff. And the lyric, actually the first lyric to that song, the first verse, was his lyrics that I took and I kind of reshaped it for my own purposes. And of course with his permission, he was really honored that I did this. And but the song spoke so deeply to what I wanted to express. Like I needed a song that expressed separation on the album. Like I needed to go all the way in that direction. Like what does it feel like when you're just down and out and you're just calling with all of your might, help me please. Like what does that feel like? What does that sound like? And that was the mood of that song. There's so much more I can share about that track, but that's the piece that I wanted to give. If there's a question, I will answer it. If not, we're over time tremendously right now, I think. So I'm just going to move on to the next track. All right. This song is going to be a really good segue to Kirtan. It's called Surrender, which is, it's fun because this song I really have to surrender in order to sing it. Otherwise I'm all over the place. So it actually calls forth my presence and surrender in order to even get the song out. And it's a good follow-up to Already Here, because Already Here still has that, I'm going to get you. Everything you want is already here. There's still that movement towards something. But surrender is like, stop all that. So stop all that wanting for a little bit and just surrender. And this is the deep connection, especially to this mantra, is taking us on that pathway of surrender, that pathway of being with the divine once again, integrating the divine fully into your inspiration, into your will, into your ideas and your creativity and your inspiration, and surrendering in a way that energy can work through you in a powerful way. So this is the mood of the song. So with this one, you can feel free to really feel the vibe, the energy that's coming through. And take this moment to see how easy you can be right now in your seat. See how easy you can be in your presence here today at Mantra House. How easy can you make your moment as you listen to this? That was me missing my mark. Someone started again. Feel you coming through, solving little ones to fight. I'm falling into you, knowing you hold me tight. You don't have to move, oh please stay overnight. The sun will catch the moon and welcome the morning light. Surrender. Come as you are. Surrender. Light my torch. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. I almost want to see how easy it is for you to catch that, because it's definitely a unique placement of the mantra. So let's try it out together. You guys down for it? See if we can pick it up.
Yeah.
All right, let's try it together. Alright, here we go. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 nice Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Surrender. Come as you are. Surrender. Come as you are. is surrender. Come as you are. Sing it if you know it. Surrender. Come as you are. One more time. Surrender. Come as you are. To the road. Surrender. Come as you are. Thank you very much.